The tragic killing of Rob and Michelle Reiner. A Hollywood icon and his wife murdered in their home, family suspect emerges. On December 14, 2025, one of Hollywood's most respected figures, director and actor Rob Reiner, and his wife Michelle Singer Reiner were found dead in their Brentwood, Los Angeles home in what police quickly classified as a double homicide. Rob Reiner, aged 78, was a celebrated filmmaker and actor whose career spanned decades, with iconic credits like When Harry Met Sally, The Princess Bride, and This Is Spinal Tap. Michelle, aged 70, was a photographer and film producer who collaborated on several projects with her husband. Round pushpin discovery of the bodies. Authorities responded to a medical aid call at around 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. Inside the Brentwood residence, fire crews and police discovered the couple unresponsive with multiple sharp force injuries, consistent with stabbing. The deaths were ruled a homicide. The first person to discover the bodies was their daughter Romy Reiner, who arrived at the home after the couple missed a scheduled appointment. A son becomes the main suspect. Hours after the discovery, 32-year-old Nick Reiner, the couple's son, was arrested in another part of Los Angeles. Law enforcement tracked him and took him into custody at approximately 9:15 p.m., following an investigation into his movements after the deaths. Nick had been living in the family's guest house on the property and was not at the house when police initially arrived. Authorities later identified him as the primary suspect in the killings, and he was booked on suspicion of murder. Charges and court proceedings. On December 16, 2025, the Los Angeles County District Attorney announced that Nick Reiner had been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in connection with the deaths of his parents, with special circumstances including multiple murders and the allegation of using a deadly weapon. In his first court appearance, Nick did not enter a plea and was described by reporters as wearing a suicide prevention vest in the courtroom. Prosecutors confirmed that the charges could carry a sentence of life in prison or even the death penalty, though it was not yet decided whether they would pursue capital punishment. His defense attorney, Alan Jackson, stated only that there were very complex and serious issues associated with this case, urging the public not to rush to judgment. Background and context. Nick Reiner's struggles were well documented in the past. He had battled addiction and had been placed under a mental health conservatorship in 2020 after being considered gravely disabled due to mental illness. Reports indicate he had been prescribed medication for schizophrenia and had experienced periods of instability. Just the night before the murders, friends at a holiday party hosted by Conan O'Brien described Nick acting erratically and possibly engaging in an argument with his father, though some attendees disputed the severity of any confrontation. Puzzle piece investigation and evidence. Police reported no sign of forced entry into the Reiners' home, suggesting the killer was someone familiar with the residence. Rob and Michelle were found in the master bedroom, and investigators treated the scene as a family-related homicide. Law enforcement also obtained court orders to restrict the release of autopsy findings and investigative materials, citing the ongoing nature of the probe, a move that fueled public curiosity and media scrutiny. Public and family reaction. The killing sent shock waves through Hollywood and beyond. Colleagues and friends, including actors like Cary Elwes, expressed profound grief, describing the loss of Rob and Michelle as still very raw and difficult to comprehend. Rob and Michelle's other children, Jake and Romy Reiner, issued statements about the unimaginable pain of losing their parents, asking for privacy and compassion amid the intense media coverage. Round Pushpin legacy and mourning. Beyond the criminal case, tributes poured in from fans and public figures. People left flowers at the Reiners' home and on Rob Reiner's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, reminders of a life that touched millions. Rob's career spanned generations, and as a filmmaker, he shaped culture while his family was central to his life. The stark contrast between his public legacy and the private violence that befell him and his wife has made this case one of the most shocking family-related homicides in recent Hollywood history.